Tonight, community projects get funding boost, Bay Rugby and more furry friends from the SPCA. Kia ora and good evening. Welcome to Central News on TV Central for Wednesday the 15th of April. I'm Amanda Harper. In today's news, 15 community projects across the country have been awarded a much-deserved boost thanks to Coca-Cola Foundation Grants Program led by Keep New Zealand Beautiful. For the third year running, nearly $180,000 has been injected into community initiatives to educate and encourage people to recycle more. The winning projects were chosen for their innovative, unique and fun solutions to encourage people to recycle, particularly while they are out and about. These projects include a professional theatre group that encourages school children to recycle and a Kumeroa-based project that will entail building a greenhouse out of recycled bottles to promote an environmental curriculum. Heather Saunderson, the General Manager of Keep New Zealand Beautiful, is thrilled with the calibre of the applications and looks forward to seeing these projects come to fruition over the course of the year. Bay of Plenty Rugby Union have recognised a rising trend among young female rugby players and are holding a Girls Open Day at the end of this month.
April 29th, we've got the Girls Rugby Day at Paengaroa Domain. We're bringing all the secondary school teams together on that one day. We're going to be saturating them with some law lessons and some skills development. We recognise that we've got a whole bunch of new girls starting along, so we like to bring some of our coaching resources to that day, take them through some front row engagement, safety drills, but also to teach them a bit of law and really to catch up with the boys who have been playing since they've been 5. So it's a cool, fun day. The girls have a great time, and I know that the coaches all enjoy it as well. It's cool. It's fun.
For more information, check out the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union Facebook. We will have more from the Bay Union later on in the show. The CEO of Community Patrols New Zealand say the organisation wants to be more proactive in its partnership with police and to seek new relationships, boosting community safety and resilience. CEO Murray Smith says they are encouraging patrollers to be available when most needed, including patrolling burglary hotspots and festivals. To make patrollers more visible, a uniform polo shirt and nationally consistent vehicle livery are to be introduced. Patrollers are also encouraged to be more proactive in their communities. CPNZ, which operates 150 patrols with 4,600 volunteers, commissioned an online survey during December to gauge awareness of its activities. Last month, Murray addressed a conference of Civil Defence and Emergency Management regional managers to raise awareness about CPNZ and how patrollers can help in emergency situations. An $8,000 cash prize is waiting for the winner of the Fieldays No. 8 Wire National Art Award, and there are only days to go before entries close on Wednesday the 22nd of April. Fieldays and Waikato Museum are looking to the arts community for some No. 8 Wire innovation. Fieldays Head of Events Lee Picken says the award draws on an iconic farm product and translates this through talent and ingenuity into an art form. Entries must be 75% No. 8 wire, which leaves scope for other materials to be combined with wire to create a winning artwork. This award promotes ingenuity and takes everyday practical agricultural products into the art gallery. Last year, Fieldays doubled the first prize money to $8,000, and the award was won by Te Awamutu mother and son, Nick and Dagmar Elliott, with Rustic Hinaki. The award is a long-standing part of the Fieldays event, resulting in a month-long exhibition at Arts Post in central Hamilton. Finalists for this year's award will be notified on Friday, the 22nd of May. And now for our region's weather. Hamilton will be fine with southwesterlies dying out, high of 19 and low of 5. Rest of the Waikato will be about the same. Paeroa 19 high, 8 low. Matamata 17 and 6. Te Awamutu 19 and 5. Tokoroa 17 high and a chilly low of 4. And in the Bay of Plenty, Tauranga will be fine with southerlies dying out, high of 20, low of 10. Te Puke, your high is 18 and overnight low of 8. And for the marine forecast, southwest 15 knots tending Friday northwest, and on the east coast, southwest easing Thursday morning to 15 knots. Coming up in the show, what's hot in the box? Welcome back to Central News. The Bay of Plenty Rugby Union have lots coming up for rugby enthusiasts. Amanda Thompson from the union tells us what's going on.
I started this role in January, so I've been here a couple of months now and it's going great. Just a great group of people to work with, and I'm really enjoying the interaction between all the different media throughout the Bay of Plenty. They've been fantastic to deal with, so it's just awesome opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to keeping my toes into the pie and stuff like that, so like keeping on top of it.
Yeah. Now, are you originally from the Bay of Plenty?
No, I'm not. I'm originally from Nelson, so everybody says that Tauranga is like Nelson, and they are quite correct. Also a sunny place to live, so it's great. Loving the weather.
Nice. So would you say that you're a full-on Bay of Plenty supporter now?
I'd have to say that now, so yeah, definitely back in the Bay all the way.
Excellent. Do you need to love the game of rugby in order to work for the union?
I think you definitely do have to have a passion and a love for rugby. Not necessarily Bay of Plenty rugby, but you just have to have that really passion for rugby and that growth for the game. It's definitely an important part of the job.
Yeah. And have you worked on any other rugby related ventures?
Yeah, so I worked at the 2011 Rugby World Cup down in Dunedin during my time studying down there, and it was just fantastic. The growth and the development of the game that's come from that in New Zealand has just been huge, and so definitely capitalising on that, and obviously this upcoming Rugby World Cup will definitely bode well for Bay of Plenty Rugby.
Yes. Now what's coming up this month for Bay of Plenty Rugby?
So this month we have so much happening. So we've got finishing off our small blacks and teenage Rugby Smart coaching courses. So they're being run across the Bay of Plenty. So that's an awesome opportunity for coaches to get involved and get involved with these awesome courses that are run by our high performance team. We've got also the women's rugby kicking off with a pre-season tournament, and that's on the 26th of April, so that will be fantastic, and that's hosted in Rotorua. And then we've also got, to finish off the month, club launch for the Bayfair Baywide club competition, so that will be fantastic.
Nice. Now with women in rugby, do you feel that there's more of an increase happening?
Definitely. I think obviously with the inclusion of the women's sevens in the Olympics, there's a lot of talk about it, and NZRU are really behind growing that game of women's rugby, not just in sevens but also the 15-a-side game. So it's great to see that growth, not just in men's rugby but also in women's now, so that's fantastic.
Now tell me about the Academy partnership with the University of Waikato and Bay of Plenty Tech.
So that's definitely a growing point for us. So University of Waikato and Bay of Plenty Polytech are both on board with the partnership to align with us as a rugby union and getting those boys and girls who are studying to stick in the Bay and also drive to aspire their rugby aspirations. So they're able to do both here, and we're really trying to promote that and get heaps more people involved in it.
Yeah. Are there any locals from around this area?
Yes, so I believe a couple of them have recently just started their studies, so that's fantastic. And we're really hoping that as the reputation and as the relationship builds and grows, that more students who are just leaving secondary schools want to stay in the Bay and want to really drive and aspire to keep on playing in the Bay and use our great high performance coaches and academy people.
Thanks, Amanda. Up next we have our reporter Rachel Sutton, and she talks to Carol Lee about Train Me Recruitment.
We're part of a large organisation which is established, say, for 30 years, so we've got a long history. Train Me Recruitment, what we do is we place people into work and at no cost to the employer and to the employee. That's the unique side of it. Unlike some other recruitment agencies who might just take, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds to look through a CV, as they've got lots, and they might just do a psychometric test or just do a quick interview. What we do is we actually work with our people for 30 long hours for several weeks. In that way we get to know them very well. We get to know what their habits are like, their behaviour, and that's really important in the work environment, because attitude is what most employers look for. We also get to know what their personalities are like, so in that way we can actually try to do a close job match to what the employers want. So the tailoring is actually more precise.
So Carol, what exactly is your role?
Right, what I do, Rachel, is I actually manage a team of 7 people at the Waikato region, and also we also have a branch in Auckland.
Can you tell me about the free recruitment agency that you're about to launch?
Certainly. What we do is, like I said before, what's unique about us is that we provide a service to employers and employees at no cost to them. And with that service comes with the ability for us, with that 30-hour week we spend with our employees, we are able to gauge and work with them and find out what their strengths are, their weaknesses are, and also to help them perhaps to find a job that they are passionate about. And that is really what the key is to sustain someone in the job. And one other thing that we also provide is we provide a prepaid 1 week's free trial, which is an option an employer can choose to have. And what that does is just puts their mind at ease about employing someone.
And how did the concept come about to launch this in the first place?
What happens is, with most businesses, some small businesses and medium-sized businesses, they may not have the luxury of a resource to screen and select the candidates, and sometimes they need to do that within a short time. So what we do is, this is when we step in. We've already know our people, being with them for 30 hours a week, and we can confidently promote them. And with that, is giving them a sense of assurance that we are actually giving them good quality staff.
And what type of skills do people need that want to train?
All right, that's a very good question, Rachel. What we do is we've got a screening process. So everybody who's wanting to come on the program, we have an initial screening progress where we actually interview them and we get them to sit for a test. It's actually a literacy and numeracy test. So what happens is, when they pass the test, they're actually accepted for a trial period of up to 10 days before we actually formally enroll them. And for those people who actually didn't make the requirements, we actually refer them to our literacy and numeracy program. And when they have completed their program, they are free to be rescreened again to join us. So there is definitely a certain level of literacy required.
For more information on the free recruitment criteria and range of courses, head to trainme.org.nz. Stay with us. After the break, we have the Mayor of MATAMATA-PIAKO District. Welcome back to Central News. Mayor of MATAMATA-PIAKO District Council is up next and tells me about balancing the need between spending money on improving infrastructure or new developments.
Yes, it is always a hard act to do because it's the wants and the needs of the community. I think Council first of all needs to address its infrastructure. That is our core business, our roads, our stormwater, wastewater, and of course the potable water from our tap, the fresh water. But of course, to keep your district growing, you need to have some new projects, and so we're proposing the extension of the Haraki Rail Trail as one of the key new projects going forward.
Okay. And where would the trail go?
Well, we've looked at 5 different options, and we've done a feasibility study, and the preferred route is through Manararoo onto Tower Road. This would give families easy cycling and encourage the grade 1 level which Otago Rail Trail has. So at the moment it's a $4 million build. We would spread it over 2 years and beginning 2018.
Now this is just in the proposal stage. Have you already had any feedback about it?
Yes, Amanda, already. As we come out for consultation, it is a very topical issue, this extension of the rail trail. We've had a lot of international and domestic market into Te Araha, And of course we want to capture them. We want to have them stay overnight in our district. That's right, you know, out to the Wallace Gallery in Morrinsville or coming on down to Hobbiton. It's a key piece of infrastructure. So I'm hearing from people that they really would like us to bring this particular project forward. So please tell us what you think. Should we be starting it in 2018 or should it come forward? Bearing in mind that Council is coming out with a 1.42% rate increase, and we're trying to smooth the rate increases as we go forward. We do not want spikes. We want everybody to be able to sustain their rates. It's very important when you look right across your whole community. So tell us what you think. Come online and tell us, or please fill in a postcard and let Council know, yes, we like the proposals, we think this should come forward, or no, I think this should be pushed out. So give us your feedback.
Now with the rate increase that you just said, that's quite low, isn't it, compared to other councils?
Yes, it's one of the lowest rate increases going forward. You can go online, that's the average. You can go online if you're getting targeted services. Well, of course, you can have a look, put your property number and name in and find out exactly what it will be. Going forward over the 10 years in the long-term plan, we as a council have said we do not want it to go over 4% ever. So we hope that it stays well under the 4% because we think MATAMATA-PIAKO can sustain that with its infrastructure, keeping its level of service, but having a few nice to haves going forward and encouraging people to our district. We've got a lot to offer.
And how can people submit their feedback about the long-term plan?
They can go online, Facebook, into our libraries, and please have a look at your newspaper or pick up one of the postcards. You will be getting quite a document to each household. Have a read, make sure you read the Mayor's message, and there's quite a lot of information in there. If you want more information, please go to an elected member or ring up and ask for more information. We're only too willing to help.
You still have time to submit feedback on the LTP. Head to the council website. In our last story, the Waikato SPCA on Alice Street in Hamilton is where inspectors and the public bring injured, neglected and abandoned animals from across the region to receive treatment, to be nursed back to health and hopefully find new homes. Rachel Sutton chats to Sarah to find out about the adoption process and the foster process and how it all works.
So we designed our core purpose just last year and came up with the idea that what got us out of bed each day was improving the lives of animals.
Do you have a set of core values and what are they?
So we've got 5 core values. They're really important to all of the staff. The first one is that we're passionate about animal welfare. So that means that everybody who's here really is here because of not the money, not because of the glory, because there isn't any, but because they're really passionate about making sure that animal welfare in the Waikato region's looked after. We're eager to learn. We are not the be-all and end-all when it comes to knowledge on animal welfare. We're constantly training, we're constantly learning, we have professional development in place. We're also eager to learn from our community, looking at what needs there are and how we can respond to those needs. Respect is really important to us, making sure that we're respecting what our community's needs are, the needs of the animals that we're dealing with. We're certainly compassionate, and with that we're very passionate. But compassion's enormous for us. We are what's classed as a saving lives centre, so every life is precious to us, and that comes to our last value, which is putting our heart and soul into saving lives.
Does the SPCA have a strategic plan and what is it?
So we do, and it was only put in place pretty much the middle of 2014. It has a loose kind of term of everything for animals, and what we're looking at is becoming and being everything for animals in the Waikato region. So that means that when the public think of animals, whether that's advice about getting a new animal, whether that's I've got a problem with my neighbours dealing with their animals with welfare, or whether it's things like I need my dog groomed, or I need a vet, or I might need to board my animal. We're wanting to think that the the public would think of us first. So the key around that is that we need to become a sustainable organisation. Currently we're dependent completely on donor dollar. All of our funding is donor. And we need to become an enterprise where we have social enterprise or business enterprise that funds us, and donations are kind of the cream on the cake that allow us to do the de-sexing the community rather than scrabbling constantly for funding.
And what is your goal then for 2015?
2015 is just continuing that. So we're in a big year this year because we are moving premises. So we're working on that. The premises move for us is going to allow us to realise our strategy around sustainable business enterprise. We're hoping to get into doggy daycare, feline boarding. We're looking at having our own veterinary services.
What are some challenges in your role and that you face as an organisation?
So we constantly face a whole heap of challenges because from the most part, the public have an enormous expectation of what we can provide and what our services can be, should be, and must be, if you like. And that's driven by so much reality TV available, where other SPCAs around the world are doing these amazing things with amazing resources. We've had phone calls from people who've said, there's a seagull with a fishhook in its beak. And we've said, okay, can you catch it? Oh no, it flew away. And we've said back, well, you know, we don't have wings. I'm not sure what you expect. And the woman replied, well, can't you blow dart it? So it's just that heightened expectation of the service that we can provide. And we have to constantly deal with what we can manage, what's safe for my staff, what's safe for the animals we have, and what allows us to do the best possible job, while still trying to help the community.
If you'd like to adopt or foster an animal, head online to waikatospca.org.nz. Thank you for watching Central News tonight. We do post everything online on our website, tvcentral.co.nz, and find us on Facebook, and don't forget to like our page. If you think you might have a story lead for us, email news@tvcentral.co.nz. I will be back on screens tomorrow night with more stories from the Waikato and the Bay of Plenty. My name is Amanda Harper. Have a good night. Paul Marie.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.